evening, depending on where you are in the world. So today I'm going to be doing some puzzles, but of course I just have to promote this most recent video that I released with Grandmaster Max Illingworth. We got to play some games a few days ago, and we've put the first one up on the channel now, and later on we'll be doing a review on that game. So make sure you check that one out whenever you get a chance, and of course make sure to like that video if you enjoy it, and maybe leave a nice comment down below for Max to see. But yeah, had a lot of fun making that video with him, and hopefully we'll be doing more in the future, so stay tuned for that one. So that was a lot of fun. But now we're going to get into the real fun, which is puzzles. Gonna get some Puzzle Rush going today. It's been a couple of days since we've done a proper Puzzle Rush attempt, so looking forward to that one. Let me just make sure I got my chat up, and let's get back into it. Okay. I've got my coffee this week. Unlike last time where I didn't have the coffee, we did not get the good results. So got my coffee going. That's a free piece. There's got to be something here. There it is. And that's a checkmate there. So just a nice easy warm up today. If we go here and then there, that's checkmate. And that's a checkmate. Oops. And that's a checkmate. So just getting rid of all the easy checkmates in one. This isn't a checkmate, but it's take, check, queen blocks, rook takes, king takes. And then I guess you would just take this pawn here, and these two pawns can't be stopped. I don't see any other weird and wonderful checkmate there. That's the checkmate. And that's a checkmate. Okay, take, pawn runs. The king can't get there in time. The king's also blocking the pawn, so the pawn is going to lose that race. Okay. That's a piece. Two attackers, one defender. I don't think there's any better. So take. And then even if the knight comes up, the queen is not trapped. That's just a free piece. Now we can put it back. Okay. This next one's a checkmate. Take, king comes across, bishop comes up, hitting the king. King has to go back because the file is blocked. And then the rook can come up. This one here. I've got to reevaluate which way I'm going. So the black pawns are going this way. So if we block with check, they take, we take, and then the king takes, and then the pawn pushes, and then pawn push, pawn push, pawn push, pawn push, pawn push, pawn push, with check. Should be good. Okay, straight away, that just shouts something's wrong. And if we have a look here, take, looks good. Okay, that's just a free queen. Okay, we're white to move. If we go here, they go there, we go here, and they block. That's no good, that's not doing it. But if we go here, and then the rook takes, and then the king, and then the rook comes up, this rook is pinned, but then the king can get out there, so that's not good. So we're going to set this one up on the board. And we're going to solve it over the board. Good morning, Stonefrog. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Alright, so this one is, if we take with the bishop, they take with the rook, and then the queen can come up for check, but then the rook could come back. So let's think about this one. Why are you tired? Why are you tired? What's going on? Okay, there it is. So the problem was, bishop takes, rook takes, queen comes up, rook here, and then queen takes, winning the rook. But the problem is, what if the rook goes back and blocks? Well, now the the knight's out of the way, so the queen can actually come up here for check. And then can take with the bishop. I don't know, this one's a little bit complicated. Yeah, it can be like that sometimes. I'm still gonna go for it. That was an interesting one, because I thought they would have gone the other way with the blocking. What line of work are you in, Stonefrog? I'm curious. Okay, this one's Anastasia's mate. This one's Anastasia's mate. This one's a good one to know. I mean, they're all good to know. And it starts with check, and then the king has to come across, and then the rook takes, and then the king takes, and then the other rook comes across, and the knight actually covers these two squares. Very important you don't take the pawn first. You push the king to the side, and then you take, and then they have to take. But if you were to take the pawn first, the king wouldn't have to take. They could have done something else, like move their rook, cover this square, and then give their king somewhere to run to later in the day. So Pichu, welcome. I see you there. Let me make sure I can see my TikTok chat. I couldn't see my TikTok chat. Vesky, hello, welcome. All right. By changing windows, I just disconnected my board. Let's go. All right, let's bring that back in. All right, and let's reconnect the board. The other model was a lot better. Yanwa, did I see you in somebody else's chat last night? About 12 hours ago? I think I did. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, FM. You're watching an FM play. That's the memory of a chess player right there. Alright. Yeah, everywhere. Alright, so this one here. If we push, they go there. And then there's no way to push that forward. But if we push, they go here, they get a queen, and then we go here, they go up, and then we get a queen, and then they go up, and then it's checkmate. King F2 and GG. I miscalculated. I thought it was here. I was, for some reason, thinking the king was here, but it's actually here. That could have been a disaster. Guys, if you are new here, don't forget to hit follow. And if you are new here, do keep in mind that I also make videos as well. And I just released this masterpiece on YouTube last night. A game against one of the local grandmasters here, former Australian champion Grandmaster Max Illingworth. And we had a nice little over the board game. And we'll be doing a few more of these games as well, and he will also be doing some analysis of this game, very instructional. So I will be releasing that video later today. I just need to make a thumbnail that complements the thumbnail that I've made here. But yeah, make sure you check it out. Yeah, it was a nice blunder. No spoilers, please. It was a nice blunder. It was a good game. It was an instructive game. All right, so this one's black to move. Okay, this one just wins a piece. So queen takes queen is correct. Pawn takes, and then knight goes up here, hitting the king and the bishop. Seems good to me. 60. We can get more than 60. Hold on, I can't read the TikTok chat as well. Can I accept your guest request? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hello. All right. So, oops. Can I read the chat? Yes, I can. Oh, let me have a look. Let me open that in a new window. Ah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Are we already friends? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right, let's close that back down and let's go back a bit of restream. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the video editing, I really enjoy it, and people ask me, you know, should I use AI to edit the videos? But I really enjoy the process of creating something Interesting. So, I am enjoying the video editing process. I think I have upgraded significantly. If you go back and watch my videos from 2 or 3 years ago, you'll see that it's incredibly different. I almost want to take them down, but I don't want to lose that little bit of history. And let's see here. Okay, so this one here, if we go here and he comes down, we take the queen, he takes the queen, and then we take the knight and he takes the bishop. That's no good. But if we go up here and then he comes down, and then we take the knight with the queen, the rook is still protecting this rook, so that's fine. And if he takes the bishop, then we win the rook. So I just need to see if that's... thank you for the follow, Diamond. Yeah, guys, as I mentioned last week, it's been a bit of a headache trying to get the chat combined with TikTok and YouTube and Twitch all at the same time. So sometimes I do miss the messages. I do apologize about that. But just letting you know, I am trying to work on a solution to get it a little bit more friendly. I'm not seeing a problem here. I think this is good. Take, and then take. Hits the rook. And yeah, even if they come up here with a move like that, we can still take this rook here, and then they take there, and then we've got check there. So I think that's good. Yeah, so rook c3 is the move, and Stone Frog, it's good that you're seeing that straight away. Like, that's the pattern recognition starting to build. Yeah, I don't know many streamers. The streamers that I do know, a lot of them, well, the streamers that I watch, a lot of them I believe will only focus on one platform. I'm trying to spread out on 3 different platforms. So, and my setup is a lot more complicated because I got the board, I've got the camera, I've got my laptop here, I've got my computer over there. So everything's sort of feeding around. It's a really, it's a very interesting setup. Okay. I guess the question would be after that is where do you put the bishop, but that's okay. I don't know who that is. I haven't seen that person before. But you'll find that a lot of streamers probably playing on their computer, and they've probably got like a huge monitor too. If I had a bigger monitor, I'd probably be able to monitor the chat a lot better. Maybe I should get like a second monitor for my laptop. This one's white to move. Okay, that wins a piece. Check, take, check here, and then rook here. There's got to be a little bit more to it, because what if he doesn't take? If he goes here, here, and then here, and then he has to take again, and then we still win. So yeah, that's all good. Okay, well that was the unexpected move. But now if we go here, he goes here, you're simply up a queen against a rook. That should be fine. swear sometimes they just throw in the worst possible move just to throw you off a little bit, and there have been puzzles that I've done where they've put in the wrong move or a terrible move, and then I've gone with the move that's in my head. So Stonefrog, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I would love some feedback on it. If there's anything that could be improved there, feel free to drop me a message. I was very nervous about posting that one because I wasn't sure if it was the right vibe or not. But yeah, people seem to like it. Okay. So this is white to move. Okay, so the first thing I was looking at was how can I exploit this pin, but I couldn't really find a good way. So if I go here instead, the bishop covers here, the knight covers here, the knight covers here, the king's under attack, and we've got a pin on the pawn. So that looks like checkmate. Will do. I actually made a few comedy attempts in my older videos, and it was probably one of the more fun parts about it. A serious vibe, and then all of a sudden a little bit of random comedy in there. This one's white to move. So the first thing I look at here is check, and then they go here. There's not really anything else. So check, check, rook here, and then they go here, and then I look around to see if I've got any more pieces, which I don't. So I'm not quite seeing it there. So I have to look at something else. And then when you look at another check, once they go here, the queen comes here, pawn blocks, that's made, and the blocks don't really do anything. No, not queen g2. Alright, this one's going to be white to move. Okay, so the first one I looked at was queen here. It doesn't work. And then the second one I looked at was queen takes, and then you got the fork. King comes back, knight takes. So then you're left with two rooks and a knight versus a rook, a knight, and a bishop. I'm not including this knight here because simply because it's not going to last much longer once it goes there. But that's what I'm thinking here. Just doing one final check for checkmate. Yeah, take the queen and fork. I think it's the way to go. I don't see a checkmate here. one I've already solved before the board's set up. First I looked at here, they can't take, but they can take with the rook, so that doesn't work. And then I looked at here, they can't go there, so they have to take. And then we go here, and they can't go here or here because the pieces are blocking, so they have to block, and then the rook takes. We'll just get that one out of there nice and quick. And again, this one here, check. If he takes, we got that. So we'll just get the easy ones out of the way, and I think they're going to give me a run of easy ones now somehow. But this one's not entirely easy, so I will wait for it to set up. Guys, if you are new here, make sure you hit follow. I do content on both TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. Let me just pop up my little website here. You can go over here if you ever want to check out any of my videos. Feel free to take a screenshot of that for later. And I've done reviews and tutorials on all these boards, but I also do other content as well. So yeah, make sure you're doing all that good stuff like follow, subscribe, comment. You know, subscribing, following is free, and if you realize you hate me later, you can always unfollow. Okay, I actually don't know this one. So, obviously we go here, they go here, we go here. That's not guaranteed anything, because when you go for the check here, the king can come across. If he goes into the corner, it could be a completely different story, but still the two rooks are not going to be able to checkmate him on their own. They're going to have to get a little bit lucky, which leads me to believe it is stacking up the cannon here. If they take, it is checkmate, because then the king goes across and the queen comes up, and then the king comes across and then the rook comes up, and that's back rank checkmate. And then the question is, what do they do from there? Well, you can't go here to do anything like that. So yeah, I'm just leaning towards rook f2. Alright, Spencer has said then queen d1, so let's look at that. Queen d1. I mean, queen d1, I still feel like it's got a, it should still be good. Rook takes f1, queen e3. Oh, nice, discovered attack. Look at that. Let's see if they do go queen d1. They do go queen d1. Okay, that's cool. Sadez. Question, is this board connected to the computer? Yes, it is. I never saw queen d1. I never saw queen d1. Alright, alright. This one's white to move. Okay, so as I was spinning the board, the first thing I looked at was, you know, you've got ideas of that. Obviously I'm spinning the board, so I'm looking at the pawns the wrong way around. You can easily capture. But then we got this move here. King can't go anywhere, and the knight is pinned. This should not be a level 33 puzzle. Stonefrog, you're saying remove the defender for this one? The knight is defending, but if you remove the defender, the king can take. So, just take advantage of the pin. It's always good to have a look at those anyway. Like, you are right, you're having a look at the remove the defender option. That's cool. And then you just have a look and realize why it's wrong. The queen could take, the pawn could take. I think the pawn could take on that one. Yes, the queen or the pawn could take. But the king could also take. Alright, so this one's white to move. So rook e8 is just shouting at me to be played. So something like rook e8, rook blocks, queen here, and then king has to move. If he moves here, then the rook can come back, attacking the queen, and even if the rook blocks, the rook can still take because there's only one defender. So that's good. So rook here, king here, rook here, blocks, queen here, king here. So we've already looked at this one. Now we just need to look at this one here. Okay. So I couldn't find anything, but then I realized, you know, I am focusing on this queen doing a little bit too much. I've also got the bishop, and I think, Stonefrog just said it. Don't forget the bishop. So I couldn't find an answer for this. So go ahead and use the bishop instead. So rook here, rook up, bishop checks, and now the king has to go here. So we've got the rook up here, and then the queen can come back here. And then the queen can block, and then the rook will take. And then the queen goes here, and then I guess you could go here. I don't know. It's just winning. That's all it is. Wait, instead of queen here, could it actually be here? He has to take, and then you take here. But then the king can get out there. So if we still go here, comes across, take. I think that's the way to go. Yep. Really got to, really just got to make sure that we're not blundering and we're finding the right reasons why stuff does not work. Okay. This one is white to move. Okay. This one just looks like knight takes pawn. Knight takes pawn. If the pawn recaptures, you've got this move here, and then you've got something like that. Discovered check, win the queen. Knight takes pawn. If he goes here, you go here. Same if he goes there. I think that's all. Rayan, thank you. Appreciate you too. Welcome. So I think that's good. Rayan over on YouTube. YouTube's very quiet today. Hello to everyone on YouTube. All right, this one is black to move. Okay. I think I was overcomplicating this one. Rook takes rook, king takes, and then you got b5. So I was looking at all these weird and wonderful ideas, but if you don't do this push now, then you'll never get the opportunity. Because if we take the rooks off the board and then we centralize the king, well, the king is going to be here. He's never going to be able to get past. But if we take the rook, and then we push the pawn, it's up to him to try and get back into the square. And now, if we push here, oops, not a very good square. If we push here, he gets in. But if we go here, he doesn't. I hope my music's not too loud. Not too loud, not too epic. All right, so this is white to move. So this just looks like it's winning a piece. And that was my first instinct when I looked at this position here. I was like, there's so many pieces on the board, one of them must be free. So material count, 4, and a rook each. discovered attack on this knight, and a attack on that knight. Just seems good. Again, we're going to have a crowded puzzle full of heaps of different pieces, so I'm assuming again this will be something where we win material. And thank you for the likes on TikTok. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so this knight here is defended by the queen. I looked at this first, but that doesn't work. And then I looked at this here. Now, the queen can't keep defending, so it has to move here, and then the queen takes. I think that's pretty good. I don't think there's much else to look at here. That's just a free piece. Yeah, Jolly Boy, you got it. And then just bring the knight back. Should be good. Another one where we've got an overload of pieces on the board. I think last week when I didn't have my coffee, I got up to like level 37. So the coffee today is doing its job. Okay, discovered attack. So knight takes knight. Let's assume bishop takes knight, and then you've got pawn takes. Pawn attacking the bishop, and when the bishop moves, the pawn moves up hitting the queen, and that's a check. That should be good. So check, take, attack the bishop, and the bishop will fall, because if they move the bishop they lose the queen. Yeah, I think that probably exposes a little bit about you, Stonefrog. The level you're playing at is probably more about taking the pieces. So that's probably one of your stronger points. What was your line if bishop takes a8? Let me have a look. What was my line if bishop takes a8? So I said knight takes knight, bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop a8? I'm not sure if we're talking about the same puzzle here. So, alright, so this one's white to move. I'm actually thinking about setting up a second camera that will look directly at the board. Let me know if that could be something that you're interested in. I may not do it for TikTok, but I'll probably do it for Twitch and YouTube. Okay, these are the puzzles I hate. After bishop d5, you took on f4. Hold on. On the last puzzle? Let's have a look. Okay, so they went here. I went bishop takes d5. Wait. After they went bishop d5. Oh, okay, a8. A8, okay. And then I went here. Now, if they had have gone a8, that's a good question. That's a good question. It's a very good question. I guess here. If they go here, we've got queen up here. If they go here, okay, first of all, if they go here, we've got queen up here. If they go here, we've got pawn here. Huh. Very interesting. That would have been a good challenge. You are correct. They didn't have to automatically take back. So they went here and we went here, but they could have gone here. Check. Yeah, it looks winning, but you are right. Like it's a lot more complicated. We might have to go back to that one later and have a look. But for now, we are on not this puzzle. We are on this puzzle. That's a good question, though. Thank you for asking that. So. Okay, so first of all, we're in check. So there's only two ways out of check in this position, one or two. I think king here, queen here, rook here, queen here, rook here, and the queen is trapped. But king here, rook here, knight here, queen can get away, but you win a knight. So I'm pretty sure it's just king there. I don't see any good reason to go knight here. Alright, I missed the knight move, but still, you win a piece. Yeah. you have to take the knight. Because if you don't take the knight, then the queen will take your knight. Just while this one sets it up, don't forget to check out my latest video on YouTube, came out last night, where I played a Grandmaster over the board in a rapid game. I will be releasing another video today with his analysis on the game. Very informative stuff, so make sure you check that out. Alright, a little self-promotion while the board sets up. This one here straight away, whenever I see this, I'm always looking for ideas like that. Okay, now this is one that I would get wrong plenty of times in the past. I would go here, he would go here, and then I would go here, and then he gets to block. But obviously if he goes here, the queen comes in and it's just checkmate. But if they go here, first you got to take here. Now if they go here, then you've got checkmate over there, that's fine. So then they end up going here anyway, and then you go up here for checkmate. So that's one that I always used to get wrong. And I guess that's one thing about the game, is if we can fix our regular mistakes, we should see some improvement. And yeah guys, don't forget to hit follow or subscribe. I do stream Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, today being Wednesday, but it could be Tuesday for you depending on where you are in the world. Is this white to move? No, it's black to move. Okay, so white to move has these resources here. This board is the Chessnut move. I'll put my website on screen. You can go to my website whenever you want. Feel free to take a screenshot there. Maybe set it as your desktop background, who knows. And then you can check out that. It's a move. I'm using the one with wooden pieces. And I've done reviews and tutorials on it. So if you click on that button, it will take you to my main channel. Okay. So, definitely having a look at, yeah, and I figure it's Tuesday for most people, because I am streaming it in the morning here. So most people are at work. Then he has to go here. Yeah, this is a little bit risky. So here, takes, that's check, king goes here, and then that becomes check. Rook comes back and then checkmate. So just got to be a little bit careful here. I am thinking that the first move is queen takes pawn though. Okay. Okay. Now I'm thinking that it's a case of check, and if he goes here, you've got check, and then that comes down and hits the bishop here. Basically, I want him on this square here, so check, he goes here, I can come back and take the bishop with check. Check, he goes here, I can go up here with check. And then if he comes down here, check. And if he goes back over here, check. That's what I'm looking at here. Okay, that was one that I felt could have been wrong, but I'm glad I got it right. Now the next one here, straight away that just speaks out to me. Check, checkmate, and check, block, take, and check here. This is the only move that I need to be worried about. And then I go here, and then he comes across, and then it's checkmate again. So let's just give that a spin around. Okay, that felt good. Level 44, not too bad, not too bad. White to move. Okay, if I had two moves, move number one would be here, and move number two would be there. And that's checkmate. But I don't have two moves. Yeah, I was thinking, what if I do it anyway? So if I go here, he goes here, and let's say I go down, he goes here, I go across. Rook comes here, I go across, rook goes up here, I go back. He can't take. And if he does take, and then I take, but he's still winning. See, I would like to say it's rook here to defend the pawn, but you can't move the knight because the moment you move the knight, the king takes. So I am struggling on this one, so I'm going to get a drink, I'll be back. king can go up. The king can go up, yes. John T, welcome, welcome. So if we go here, rook here, king up, rook across. Ooh. And then king here. It's interesting. Okay, okay. So, threat and checkmate. Here, king up. Oops, king up, rook across, king here. Either rook come in, and then king here, and then rook up, and then rook up, and then rook up, and then rook takes. I think that's what I'm going to have to go with. I'm not entirely convinced. As soon as I made that move, I saw this move here. I thought, did I just walk into checkmate? But I can take this pawn. It is white's move. Okay. Check here, check here, and then queen comes across here, and that's mate. Check here, check, and then he goes there. That's what we need to work out next. Ah, okay, there it is. So, queen here, king here, queen, oh, sorry, pawn here, king here, queen here, king goes to one of these. If he goes here, then we've got queen, rook here, forking the queen and the king. So now I just got to figure out what happens if he goes here. I mean, something's got to happen. Something's got to happen. Okay, I'm annoyed that he didn't go here. I wanted to challenge it, but there it is. If he had gone here, it would have been check. It would have been a skewer. Thank you for the likes. Okay, all right. Next one's going to be white to move as well. That last one was a good one. Bishop e4. There's a lot going on here. So bishop e4, let's check. If he deals with it that way, we take the rook. And if he comes here, just need to be very careful not to bring the queen off, because then he's got down here as well. We can always bring the other rook back. So I think that's good. Yeah, because thank you, Chad. Thank you. So if he takes there, they've always got this move first. Take, and then they take. So yeah, I think go with the check, take, and then take. And then block. Should be good. Oy. Bishop b5. So bishop b5, let's have a look. I thought they could have done this first. Oh, because then we had a check. I overcomplicated it. Yeah, I overcomplicated it too much. I guess mine wasn't winning. If I look at my way. So I was looking here. Check. Take. Queen a5, and then I said rook here, and that's a blunder because of g5, of course. Okay, that's tough. That's tough. My bad. My bad. I think I was just getting a little bit overconfident, getting 45 right, and then felt like nothing could stop me. So apparently it can. Okay, this one's interesting. rook here, queen takes, rook takes, rook takes, and then queen blocks, and then rook takes, and then king takes, and you're down a rook. But if we go here anyway, the queen is no longer defending. We can go here. So I'm going to play it confident. Rook takes queen, bishop takes queen, rook takes rook, rook takes rook, and then pawn takes bishop, and we're up a piece. But there's also, oh no, that's, I was gonna say, but there's also this move here, but they also have that, so. Guys, if you are new here, make sure you hit follow. Biggest way to support me. And this one's going to be black to move. Yeah, bro, thank you for the follow. I think we're aiming for 650 followers. That's a milestone. Queen e4 looks pretty good. Queen e4 looks interesting. Rucksack. I don't know if rucksack. If you're talking about here, king takes, and the other rook comes across, and then the king just comes back. Now I'm looking at queen here, and let's say pawn block. Okay, first of all, queen here, king here or here, falls to checkmate. So queen here, pawn block. Then we've got this up here. And then they have to go here. And then we've got check. Queen here, rook here. Then we've got queen here, attacking the king again. The king has to move, and then we take. Or queen here, the rook comes back. And then we just repeat it a second time. And then we bring the other piece in. So I think queen here. Read the message above. Rucksack. King takes, queen takes, pawn, rook, block, then slide rook over, checkmate. Hold on. Rucksack. Wait. Rucksack. King takes, queen takes. Oh, I see. Slide rook over, and then checkmate. Stone Frog, is that what you got? I like my way better. Rucksack. But what if the king doesn't take? Then we've got check. The rucksack. King takes. Rook over here. Wait. Rucksack, king takes, queen takes. Rook blocks. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. But my way was so pretty. Take. Yeah. You guys are just built different. Now, the thing about these puzzles is, usually if, yeah, Jelly, that was good. Usually, if you're wrong, it ends up in a equal position. But I need to know. So that was the first move, and I was gonna go here. Yeah. And then I was going to do this, and then King F1, and I was going to do this, and then that's a checkmate. Okay. It's funny because I was looking at, like, you know, is there any checkmate? And I looked at this one, and I really should be spotting these because that's just the most basic stuff there is. All right. White to move. Definitely white to move? Yeah, white to move, okay. Like, I'm leaning towards knight takes knight, so... Now, I'm leaning towards taking here because rook coming across there doesn't look too appealing. Yeah, knight takes knight. That was a difficult one. This one's going to be black to move. Rook takes pawn, king takes rook, queen to g5 check, king to h1, bishop to b7 check, f3, and then rook takes queen is what I got. Is that what everyone got? Rook takes, king takes, queen here, king goes here, bishop goes here, pawn blocks, and then they take the queen. But we just have to ask the question, what if he goes there? Like, I still think it's rook takes. I think it's rook takes. And now I think it's rook g1. Yeah. Rook g1, king takes, queen here, and then king goes across again, and then here. Rook g1, rook takes, makes the job even easier. But before doing that, you take this rook up here. So if rook here, and then queen up. All right, we're at 50. It's white to move. All right, so very basic. Knight takes, queen takes. It's a fork. Knight takes, pawn takes. So, see you around. Catch you next time. So, take, pawn takes. We've got this resource over here. So, take, pawn take, rook take, pawn take, queen take, king move somewhere. Over here. Queen gets out of the way. Look, I definitely think the first move is knight takes bishop. Now he couldn't go the other way because they had bishop here. But I'm still thinking bishop here. Queen goes back. So bishop here, queen comes forward, loses to that bishop. Knight blocks, loses to queen here, and then hitting the rook. And then after queen goes back, the bishop will come up here, getting ready for the checkmate. But then they go here, so it's a very complicated, very complicated. Okay, it didn't continue the game. I thought it might have got it wrong when it made that noise. So let's have a look, because I'm not entirely convinced I had the full routine down there. Now what if he goes back here? My next move that I was looking at was here. So that's inaccurate. What's the best move? Queen takes f4. Queen takes f4 is the best move. So if they go back here, this is what I was looking at next. But that doesn't work because then the rook can come across here. So what was the move? What was the move that wins the game here? Is it rook here? There it is. Just had to make sure I had that full routine down. Okay, so this one's white to move. Looks like rook d to f1. Now, he doesn't want to go here because of that. Now, if I go here, he comes back here, and I go here, and then he goes back there again. And then I can go here, and then he comes here, and then something happens. I knew that wasn't going to continue the puzzle. Let's have a look. So it's not here. Oh, okay, it could be here. King to G8. It says queen back to H7. Ah, yes. And then rook across. Okay. White to move, white to move. Is this not just checkmate in 3? Queen here, king up. Oh, because of the rook. So there's no time to waste on this one because they've got checkmate on the next move. So what I am looking at is here, but I'm not quite seeing it yet. If only I had a rook here. If I had a rook here, it would be check, check, and then checkmate. But I don't have a rook there. Oh. It's not it either. So the next one I looked at was here, here. Rook takes, and then queen comes up here for check. But then they can block and the bishop helps defend the rook, so that doesn't work either. Okay, I think I want to say I'm looking at it all wrong. Now I'm looking at something like this, maybe abandon the idea of checkmate for now. See, the problem is it's got this here. And then move up. Like this is interesting. Check, move up. And now we've got the bishop lining these. If we get the bishop up here, then we've got the queen here. King comes up. And now the queen can take here. Yeah, so I could be hallucinating, yeah. So yeah, I think Jonty's onto the same idea that I am with the bishop here, but he's got a different order. So he's going for the check first. Okay, because so if I go here, the queen could actually just go here, and then I take. So we'll go here. Goes here, and then bishop here. He's still got this move here, but then I think the king can get out there. Bishop e5, queen takes your bishop, yeah. Queen up, then check, then yeah. So I'm liking bishop b5. Somebody just bishop b5, king e7, bishop d8. Bishop d8 check. Yeah, I did. Okay. If rook takes, queen c7, rook d7, queen takes f7 check. What? If rook takes d8, queen c7, rook d7, queen f7 check. That doesn't make sense. Bishop b5, king e7, bishop d8. If rook takes d8, queen c7, rook d7, and then you say jump the queen to f7 checkmate, but the bishop is protecting and the queen can't jump. I really like bishop e5. Bishop e5, bishop takes pawn, king a2. No! William, good morning. I didn't remember bishop is pinned too, so I don't think it works. So I was looking at this. And then queen here. Oh, the bishop is pinned. Correct, the bishop was pinned. That's what I was missing. I was looking at this like, oh, hold on, they can take. They can't, it's pinned. And that's a brilliant. So I did have that move, but I just didn't see it correctly. I didn't see it correctly. I didn't see this pin. Oh my God. The computer's going crazy. William, well done, well done. All right, we're at 52. I'm not as confident anymore. Black to move. Okay, there is checkmate here, I just need to find it. Okay, so let's first explore rook here. So there's no good blocks and he can't go there, so he either goes here, here, or here. Now if he goes here or here, the queen can come up. And then he has to go here or here and the rook comes across. And again, there are no good checks. So then he goes here or here. And then the queen will either come here or here. So that seems pretty good. But what if he goes here? So now I don't see any good checks. So I'm going to abandon this idea for a moment, and instead I'm going to look at here. So he can't get out here. If he goes here, we've got here, that should be winning. If he goes here, we've got here, and then he comes across here. And just got to find the right checks. We go across here, and then he comes here or here. If he goes here, I think I'm overcomplicating this. I know I'm overcomplicating, but that's got to be something. The only last one I need to check is here. Check. And then he has to go here, and then we go here, and then yeah. So there's a lot to consider here. So here, here, across, here, take, here, here. Looking pretty good. Here, 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 across, here, oops, and then here. Maybe not looking as good until we go here. Then he has to go back here. And then we just repeat moves. Yeah, it's just rook e8 doesn't really, I think queen up, check, he will go down, then bishop, and then discover, check, win rook. Oh, very nice, William, very nice. What's your FIDE at the moment? I am leaning towards the queen move, simply because I can't see any answer to king here. The rook, defended by the bishop, is covering these squares. What if we bring the queen back, and then queen here, and then rook here? I'm overcomplicating this. I'm overcomplicating it. I'm gonna give myself a I'm just gonna give myself another minute or so, but I think I'm just gonna have to go with the move that I think is correct, because we can't sit here all day. I mean, we can. But before I make this move, if you haven't already, don't forget to follow. Streaming Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is probably Sunday, Tuesday, Thursdays, depending on where you are in the world. Little self-promotion, if you haven't already done so, make sure you check out my current video that just went up last night. Quite proud of that thumbnail. Maybe not so proud of the game I played, but it was a fun game nonetheless. And I will be releasing another video later today with analysis from the Grandmaster I played, showing me everywhere that went wrong in the game. So if you haven't already, make sure you head over to the channel, hit subscribe and check that one out. All right. Now the next move that I said, it's going to be here. Now logically taking the rook feels right. So take the rook, he goes here, rook comes up, and if he goes here, maybe queen goes here, maybe. Then he goes back here, and then, like I said, we just repeat moves and force a draw. Okay. You'll never be able to think like a GM, me neither. And when you watch his analysis video, you'll really get to see like the mindset that goes behind the game. Now, one interesting thing about it is we played this game over the board, and then a couple of hours later, I brought him here to my office, and he actually sat down and he set up a board and he set up the position. I did not need to show him the game. He just remembered it all. He remembered it all. He remembered the ideas. It was so impressive. Like, I know some GMs are absolute machines, but that was next level stuff. Godstink, welcome. Andy, how are you? Andy, let me know if you want a game, if you've got time for a 15-10. I feel like stealing some of your rating points, you know? I'm good. Yeah, good. Just been really busy. But doing all right today. 53 on the puzzles. Couple of silly mistakes here and there, but it is what it is. I'm actually I'm looking at this being the move. I'm looking at that being the move. Threatening checkmate next. But if he goes here, check here, and then queen comes across, he goes back, and then queen comes up here, threatening here. Then he goes here, and then queen goes here. A 10-0? Yeah, we'll do a 10-0. I won't be playing the 10-0 on the board though. You want to do that now? Let me see if I can speed run this puzzle. There we go. So that's something. I'll just finish this puzzle and then we'll get in there. What do we got? Like, I kind of want to go here and then bring the queen here. If he takes there, the queen comes up here. And the king only has one square to go. But this rook is always hanging. Here, take, and then take. Yeah, I think that might just be the go. I think I was focusing too much on the checkmates. All right. Let's put this run on hold for a moment, and let's do a game. Out of the way. Let's bring this closer. And let's get this game going. Oh yeah, if you're happy to do a 15-10, if you've got time for it, I'd like to do 15-10, but if you don't have time for it, we can do 10. It's up to you. $15-10? $15-10 it is. Bring the board back in. All right, let me just set the board up and then I'll send you the challenge. All right, challenge has been sent. All right, good luck. I normally go live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at about this time. think I'm screwed here. Yeah, of course he left. He was just there to promote himself and then move on. It's what they do. You know, little copy and paste, like a very non-engaging. Vesky, I'll accept that after the game. Yeah, a very non-engaging copy and paste. Hey, enjoyed the stream. You're doing great. When do you usually go live? I'm a streamer too. It's like, okay, bro. Nothing to promote? Well, there you go. There you go. Vesky, why does that name sound familiar? Actually, I'm not sure if I can open another chess.com window while I'm playing, so I'll add it after the game. How much does this board cost? Around 600, 700. I'll pop my website on there. You can check it out. It's got a review on the board as well and tutorials on how to use it. Good game, good game. It's still an opening that I'm working on, so I don't really know what I'm doing yet, especially against setups like this King's Indian Perk style modern setup. Left my website up there too long. Kind of hesitated on playing this one because I knew that would cause me trouble, and it did. And then I overlooked this mistake here. Take. I figured take, defend, but I didn't see ideas like that. I figured that might have been okay, but I didn't see this one here. So yeah, if here, take, move, go here, 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 take, maybe? I'm not sure. I think there was probably a better way to win it even if he did go there. But yeah, I just didn't see this move. And this move here, I'm kind of screwed. So yeah, it's maybe taking here wasn't the right idea. Maybe just leave it. I should have maybe looked at going here instead. If I go here, he doesn't have enough attackers. I should have just gone there. I should have pushed. That was my original idea as well. And then I saw this and I figured I might be winning a free pawn, and I didn't look at it all the way up to here. So that was my bad. So yeah, maybe just moving that pawn there was the way to go. Now I'm down a piece. I think the game is over here. He can trade. There was another idea that I had here as well. So here. So I'm losing a piece here. Yeah. That's just even worse. I don't know, I'd like to think once I can get out of my opening struggles, I'll start getting better games. Now, I did make another mistake around here as well. Here. And he could have also taken this pawn. Like, I looked at this for ages, couldn't see anything good, went with this move. This pawn just hangs. But also, he's got better tricks too. Even if I take back, whoops, he's still got this. And yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Takes with you an outside pawn. Yeah, there's just too many pieces. He's gonna get in. Yeah, as soon as I played G4. So what could I have done here instead? Maybe take? I mean, it's still losing, It's ready to checkmate. Take. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure if there's anything I could do there. Not really sure if there's anything I could do. I'm kind of, yeah. And here, I completely missed that you had rook back there. Not that it really matters, but, you know, it would be nice to dream that would work. But, yeah, I just completely missed this one as well. BWK, welcome. Yeah, complicated. I mean, I learned something from it. I reckon the engine's gonna tell me playing here was good. I think that was pretty much my major mistake of the game. Once I'm down a piece, against a much stronger player, it's pretty much over. But you can't blame me for trying. Let's have a look. Alright, so let's have a look. Yeah, so it doesn't like this move here. And that's another one that I was looking at. I think I'm too into these whole setups that I ignore basic stuff. Okay. Yeah. So this was the best move. This here. Huh. For some reason I thought that knight capture was bad. But I guess you can just drop the bishop back, can't you? Maybe not drop the bishop back, maybe bring the queen out. Huh. I kind of dismissed this as being bad for some reason. I must have been seeing Ghost. Yeah, okay. And then, yeah. Okay, so I did see this whole idea here. And maybe I should have just... Yeah, I definitely should have just given up the idea of the pawn. I mean, it's still even in material. So what could have been a better move here? Yeah. And it's funny because this kind of stuff, with the pawn coming down, attacking the knight and the bishop, exactly the same kind of stuff that happened in my game against the GM. So, yeah, it's something that I definitely need to work on. But I definitely need to work on a lot of stuff. So, yeah. Still, I can't be too unhappy with that game, but I am unhappy losing a piece here. Alright, I think that's going to be it for me today, because it is 12:40. I do have some other work I need to do. I've got to get that other video out today. So thank you all for joining in. Don't forget, if you are new here, hit follow. We'll be streaming 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. Could be your Sunday, Tuesday, Thursdays. And new videos going up all the time on my YouTube channel. So make sure you head over there and subscribe to that. But since I lost that last game, oh, we've got one more puzzle to do. What am I doing? What am I talking about? Let's quickly attempt this puzzle. Actually, you know what? We'll leave that puzzle for tomorrow. We won't even look at it. But I will call it a day today, because I do have some other stuff I've got to get done. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time.
Don't worry about that game. He's on the next one. He's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring.
Do that puzzle really quick. Alright, we'll do that puzzle really quick. Let's get back in there. Alright. We're back. Crank that music back on. Let's We're back. All right, let's get the board connected. And let's get that puzzle going. Why is my music not turning on? There we go. All right, this one's black to move. Oops. Let's have a look. The dedication is real. So rook e1, king f2, rook f1, king e3. Kind of bring him to the center there, so maybe not. Ah, okay. Rook e1, king f2, rook, and then knight to h1. King to f3. So what I'm looking at here, rook here, knight here, king comes down. Not knight here because the knight can capture, so rook here. I did look at this, but I feel like he might be getting a few too many escape squares. So here, 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 and then he gets to go here. And he's also got these two squares, so the bishop coming back and the rook attacks the bishop. So I'm looking at here, here, discover double check. Oh, that's why this works. Discovered double check. Okay, so there, double check. Still not seeing it. So rook here. Ah, okay. Maybe? I'm not seeing it. So now I'm looking at here, but he can block. And with rook f3. But Andy, the rook cannot move like a knight. All right. I'm not saying how to get a. I'm not seeing how to get. If rook f3 is the final move, I'm not seeing how to get it. Yeah. All forcing moves. So that's a forcing move. And he has to go here. Now we need another forcing move. Okay. That's a forcing move. And he has to go here. What am I talking about? That's not a forcing move. You can just take. I'm fried. I'm fried. So. I haven't looked at knight here, but the rook can just block. So I'm really focused on these double checks. Oh. Knight here blocks. But then he can get out two ways. Rook here, king here. Bishop here. And then rook here. Yes. There we go. Damn, that took me a long time. A long time to get. It took an incredible amount of time. But I'm gonna blame it on being tired. I also have this huge problem where I focus on the wrong moves, so I kept focusing on the knight moves. The double check just looked too tempting. I'm gonna keep going. Black to move. I mean, just easy. Fork. Get out of my game. So, check. Check. Don't tell me it's rook f3 again, final boss. Rook f3, final boss, one more time. I don't know, like, this one here just feels like it's something, something like that. But you take, they take, that's no good. rook here, king here, rook here, queen takes, queen here, king moves, queen takes, here, and if I block, you take. So here, here, rook comes down. I want to think that's it. All right, that one felt a lot better. That one felt a lot better. All right, this one's going to be black to move as well. Straight away, I'm looking at this. Straight away. If he pushes, push, and if he goes here, take with the rook, I guess. But then you're no longer winning. So maybe it's actually here first. Bishop comes back. Attack the bishop. You're just out of time to get over there. So here, here, take. I'm not convinced. Here, threatening mate on the next turn. They go here. Ah, okay, and then you come across here anyway, and then they come down, and then you push up. I think that's it. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. If I forward here, check, here, and push. What am I missing? Oh, check, take, push, move back, and then they get away. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was a tough one. So, oh, I don't want to hit play again. I want to see what this answer is. So my next idea, maybe the one I should have explored. No. Well, I have no idea then. I have no idea. I wouldn't have got this one. Cause, okay, so there. So I thought it was here. I'm gonna need a hint. Oh, okay. Bring the rook across first. Okay, and then go for a discovered check. Instead of my caveman way of being obvious about it. If you take, they go here. That's fine. What am I doing? Yeah. Alright, man. Thank you for popping in. And good timing, because I'm about to end mine. So, there we go. What did we get today? 56. Not the best, but certainly not the worst. Alright guys, that's it for me. Don't forget to hit follow. And I will see you all next time.
On the next one, clock still ticking, years lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and this whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how did I miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon maybe check, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move at the wind back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath.